Hello and welcome to Prenatal Yoga. Today we're going to be going through a series of poses that are safe for you and your baby to do during any point of your pregnancy. I want to remind you at all times to listen to your body. Pay attention to how you feel. If a move doesn't feel good for you or is uncomfortable or causing you pain, please just stop doing that move or make an adjustment throughout your practice. We're going to start our practice today just sitting in easy pose. So I want you to have a seat. You can crisscross your legs in front of you if that feels comfortable for you. Just find a seat and then I want you to go ahead and adjust the cushion underneath your sit bones. And we're going to start bringing our breath and our attention to breathing. And throughout this practice, I just want you to make sure you're breathing the whole time. So you're not holding your breath at any point in time. And you continue just to dial into your breath. We're going to start just by inhaling or reaching our right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes down towards the ground. And then as you exhale, I just want you to get a nice side body stretch here. And eyes will look up towards the ceiling. Take a little bend in the elbow and extend a little bit further. Allow your hip bones, your right hip bone, to ground down towards the ground. And then on the next inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Same thing other side. This time, left fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to take a nice side bend. And as you dial into your breath, use your exhale to release any extra tension that you're holding on to. And if you feel that this hip is coming up a lot, I really want you to think about, on your exhale, releasing and allowing the weight of your hip to just drop down to the ground so you really feel that stretch in your side body. One more breath here, and we're going to reach right back up towards center. All right, this time, we're going to go ahead and stack our right leg over top of our left leg. With our legs stacked, we're really going to get a nice hip stretch. So if you're feeling back pain at any point in your pregnancy, this is actually really nice just to open up the hips a little bit. So depending on how you feel in this position, you can choose to add a little bit additional stretch just by shifting your weight forward and getting a little bit deeper stretch into the hip. Now, if sitting in this pose right now is enough of a stretch for you, you can just stay seated in this pose and continue to breathe. If not, you're always welcome to deepen this stretch. Bring your chest forward. You have a lot of space here for the baby to sit. You're not scrunching your baby. And again, lifting up through the chest instead of collapsing and rounding the back. I want you to think about that straight, erect spine. And take one more breath here. And then let's just go ahead and walk it right back up and switch legs. This time that left leg will stack on top of the right. Adjust your weight so you're sitting equally on your sit bones. And then let's go ahead and bring the chest forward if that feels good and right for you. Take one more breath in this stretch. Remember, you're never holding on to your breath. You're always breathing through. Inhale and exhale. Walk it right back up. And we're going to just go ahead and shift our legs around for our tabletop position. So go ahead and come onto all fours right now. Your knees are going to be right underneath your hips, and your wrists are under your elbows, under the shoulders. And we're just going to start by extending the right leg. So you're going to kick your right leg straight out. And I want you to think about tightening the muscles in the front of your leg and engaging the muscles in your glute. Feel that stretch, feel that strength, that tightening. And now we're just going to go ahead and add a reach with the left arm. You're going to reach up overhead. All right, now I'm going to encourage you to challenge your balance a little bit and engage the core. So I want you to actually lift up your back leg. And then I want you to draw your elbow towards your knee. On your exhale, and inhale, reach your left arm forward and your right leg back. Engage through the glute, engage through the front of the leg. Again, repeat, draw your elbow towards your knee. One more time, just like that. Strengthening through the glutes, through the quads and the core. Great job. Extend one more time. Lift, engaging the glute. Lift that leg up, keeping the hips square with each other. And go ahead and set it down. We're going to do the same thing, opposite side. So this time, start by extending your left leg. Engage through the front of the leg by squeezing the front of your thigh. Engage through your glute by clenching. And then go ahead and extend, this time the right arm. And then we're going to go ahead and lift up the left leg from the ground. You have this balancing pose right now, this balancing posture. And we're going to engage the core, so draw your belly button in and up as you bring your elbow to your knee and extend again. We're going to do that 3 times. One more time. Reach and extend one more time. Lift that back leg up a little bit higher, engaging the glutes. Exhale, release. Excellent job. Next stretch, we're going to stretch out the upper body. So right where your hands are in tabletop position, I want you to drop down to your elbows. On your elbows, all I want you to do is, if you need to, take your knees a little bit wider to make room for your belly, for your baby. And then just sink your hips up towards the ceiling and sink your hips back. So hip points go up and back. For puppy pose. Now in this pose, typically you'll start to feel your hands creep in, especially if you're tight through the shoulders. I want you to make sure your hands are still parallel as where they started. One more breath here. All right, go ahead and shift your body weight forward. This time, press right up onto your hands. Keep your hips in that position, and then I just want you to start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Slowly, you can drop one heel down at a time for downward facing dog. Keep your hips in that space where the hip bones are lifted up towards the ceiling. And if you don't have the flexibility right now to straighten out your legs, it's okay. Just hang out here. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Feel the length through the upper body as you press away from the ground. One more breath here. We're actually going to go ahead and lift your right leg for 3-legged dog. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your leg all the way through and drop your left back knee down to the ground. Here we are in a low lunge. We're going to go ahead and power press right up to a high lunge. And I just want you to make a small adjustment. So go ahead and take your back foot parallel with the mat. And then I want you to take your front knee and make sure it is straight in line with the mat as well. So here we are in our warrior 2 position. Our arms come straight, equal in line with our body. We're not shifted forward and we're not moving back. So we're right over our hip points. And this is really great to open up the hips and to strengthen the legs. Take one more breath here. Inhale, reach your hands up, extend your front leg. Touch the fingers together above your head. Exhale, let's sink a little lower into Virabhadrasana. Warrior two. We're working balance, strength, opening up the hips. One more breath. Inhale, reach your arms together, touch them at the top. Exhale, drop it right back down. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Bring your focus to this practice. Listen to your breath. Excellent job, ladies. Okay, this time we're going to go ahead and take your right leg or your right arm to your right leg. Engage through the back leg. Use your glutes here. Inhale, reach your arm up overhead. You are in an extended side angle pose. If you want, you can drop your hand right down to the ground or to a block. Feel that length through your side body right now and engage through the lower body. On your next breath, we're going to go ahead and power up. Warrior two, cartwheel your hands to frame your foot. And we're going to step our left leg back to meet the right. Now you can take a breath here in plank pose, or even in modified plank, drop right down towards your knees. Take 2 breaths. All right, here we go. We're going to kick those hips right back up towards the sky for a downward facing dog. We are going to repeat that same series on the other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Keep those hips square. Exhale, draw your knee towards your chest and sweep it through. Place your back right knee on the mat. Inhale, reach up. You're in the low lunge position. Here you want to think about tucking your pelvis down, engaging through the core, dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, power up. Here we are in high lunge. And then we're going to make that small adjustment. The back leg is going to come parallel with the back edge of your mat. Front knee, if it's pulling in, I want you to think about pushing out the whole time. All right, so we're creating this space, opening up through the hips and also strengthening the hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. Back arm is lifted about shoulder height. Same with the front arm. Our eyes gaze over our fingertips. Once again, it is a normal tendency for people to want to shift forward like this, but I want you to come so your torso is right over your hip points. All right, here, inhale, reach up, a little bit of relief in the front leg. Exhale. If you can sink lower right now, go ahead and do so. Take it easy on yourself. If this is the first bit of yoga you have practiced, maybe you need to take a break. You can do so, just hang out right here. One last time, sink it low. This time resting the left arm on the left leg. So bend your elbow, set it right down on the leg. Inhale, reach your fingertips up and overhead, feeling that stretch through the side body. If you have disengaged the glutes in the back leg, I want you to think about firing up through the lower body right now. Your choice to sink a little deeper in this stretch if you really want it and it feels good. One final breath, an extended side angle pose, and then we're going to power up to warrior two and cartwheel our hands back down. We're going to take a short rest in extended child's pose. So go ahead and take your knees nice and wide on the mat. Exhale, sink your hips back, reach your fingers forward. All right, go ahead and sit up nice and slow. We are actually going to finish our practice today with a legs up the wall pose. So if you are near a wall, great. You need one for this pose. And I'm going to show you a tip to get your booty nice and close to the wall. So align your hips right next to the wall, and then you're just going to go ahead and lower yourself back. Kick your legs up. This pose is really good if you have been noticing that your ankles and your legs are very swollen, and you don't want to stay here for too long, especially if you're in your second and third trimester. Lying on the back for extended periods of time, over 20 minutes, puts a lot of pressure on the vena cava, and it can prevent proper blood flow to the baby. So we're just going to stay here for a little bit of time. If you have back pain, this actually may help relieve some of that pain. And as I said before, it'll also help with the swelling. So take a moment, enjoy this space. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your thoughts to happy places. Think about your strength. Think about your healthy body. And think about your mental clarity and peace of mind. Take one more breath here. Go ahead and bend the legs. And a little additional stretch. You can make room for that baby and just bring your knees to your chest. Giving yourself a slight stretch in the lower back. And roll off onto your side. Press yourself up into a seated position. And we're going to just finish in butterfly pose. Bring your feet together. Allow your knees to fall apart. Sit upright. Draw the corners of your lips upward. Now is the time to thank yourself for taking care of your body, not only taking care of your health, but taking care of the baby as well. If you want to rest a hand on your belly, one on your heart, you're welcome to do so. What an amazing gift it is to be able to have a body that is fully capable of growing another human. It's truly a blessing. Feel that peace and that gratitude now within you. Open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today for this prenatal yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video and you want to see more of these prenatal classes, click that thumbs up button. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. It's the red button. It says subscribe, and right next to it is a notification bell. Every time I post a video, you will then be notified of the newest workout videos. Have a great day. Namaste.